Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, may I have your attention, please? Because coming to you sort of live from several different places, this is our Out Fiesta, episode 187, FOF Evening News, Debate 2020. I am your host and humble narrator, Richard Oakton. Please give it up for our amazing cast, Rob Hudspeth, Crystal Keith, and might be pointing the right way, Juliana Briscoe. Hey, before we get this thing going, I got a quick question.
Yes.
So when it's safe to go back into the world, what is one of the first things that you want to do when it's safe to go back into the world? Jules?
I want a club, man.
Going what? Yeah. Yes. What about you, Kristen?
I'm gonna go to the movies.
Yeah, that's a big one for me too. What about you, Rob?
Yeah, mine probably movies, theater, something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking that, and that's a lot nicer, but I think I landed on casino, actually. I would like to go
Casino?
back to do a little gambling in Oklahoma.
All right.
Yeah. I admit I have a problem.
That's half the battle, Richard.
That's Fiesta. Calm down, Emperor Man. It's not like you're fighting your mortal enemies over a smoldering cauldron again.
I'd be better off doing that. At least then I could squirt them to hell with saliva, with the force of a fire hose.
Oh, it's not a dagger fight. It's just a mayoral debate.
Oh, I love dagger fights.
Yeah, word.
But I can't believe Purity's running against me, Equal.
Oh, I can. I mean, you left her at the altar by text. Since then, every chance she gets, she screws you. You do cool crap. She ruins it.
She does ruin a lot of my cool crap.
She hates you. Unlike your former archenemy, Inkwell, who has his own reasons for helping your self-absorbed ass. There was a time...
No, you do not get to do a monologue. I dumped her months ago. Like 48 months ago.
She hasn't gotten over it yet.
Yeah, she's vindictive enough to run against me for mayor of Podcast City, Equal.
Vindictive? You don't know the meaning of the word vindictive or the word jerk stick. Oh, wait, no, you do. You do know the meaning of jerk stick. It means you.
Hello, Purity.
Hello, Yemper Jerkstick.
Man, it's Yempra Man.
Is it? I have every right to be vindictive. You dumped me at the altar by text. My Meemaw had a heart attack and lost complete control of her colon. She was so mortified.
Well, she was old. She probably would have lost control of her colon anyway.
Well, her colon doctor said she was in perfect health until the second of the sudden heart attack that took her ability to manage her own feces. I had to set up a Kickstarter to pay for her colostomy bags. I mean, her colon said no bueno and audibly spoke those words. Inkwell, what are you doing here?
Well, Purity, I'm going to have to respectfully ask you to get the hell out of my candidate, Yumperman's face.
Your candidate, Yumperman. Hello, Inkwell.
Hello, Squidderella.
When are you going to get your damn speakers out of my lair?
When I damn well feel like it.
He was demoted, so I booted his squid ass out of the lair so I could renovate it. You said Yumperman was your candidate. Are you his campaign manager, Inkwell?
I mean, not that it's any of your business, my former subordinate, Squidderella, but yes, I am Yumperman's campaign manager. You're looking at the next mayor of Podcast City, Mayor Yumperman, we will call him.
Bull crap. My candidate, Purity.
You're Purity's campaign manager?
Oh, I am now. Purity, I'm your campaign manager.
Shouldn't I have a say in that?
Nope. My client, Purity.
Do you have any experience running a mayoral campaign?
My client, Purity, is going to kick your client, Yumperman's, ass 6 days to Sunday.
There is no way Purity's even going to kick Yumperman's ass even 2 days to Saturday.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Oh, yeah, we will.
This argument has me a little aroused.
You know, me too. I saw a janitor's closet backstage.
Nothing sexier than screwing a former boss and current lackey near cleaning supplies.
Purity, are you running against me just to jack with me?
What if I told you I was running to make Podcast City pretty good again?
Yeah, I see your NPC PGA hat. And I'm not buying it.
Do you really think I'm petty enough to mount a political campaign against you just because I'm still pissed off about you jilting me by text at the altar? Jerkstick?
No, I guess not.
Then you're an idiot. That's exactly why I'm doing it. Once I kick your ass in this debate, then I'm going to win the election. And then I'm going to make squirting saliva with the force of a fire hose a felony.
But that's my superpower.
No, duh.
I am so screwed.
It's that time of the month.
Year.
Oh, it's that time of the year.
Election season.
It's that time of every 4 years.
Well, like my period, eh?
And no election could be more important to the mediocre people of Podcast City than the mayoral election.
If you'll remember, our last 3 mayors either disappeared or are in prison, eh?
With the help of our FOF Evening News colleagues, Traeger,
Sports!
And the amazing Fred.
Ta-da!
we'd like to remind the good people of Podcast City about our 3 previous mayors.
In our first little debate show skit, the amazing Fred will remind us about Podcast City's 3 mayors ago, Mayor Wonka.
Hi, Mayor Wonka. I disappeared and am presumed dead from Oompa Loompa AIDS. Ta-da!
And 2 mayors ago, who can forget Mayor Chicken and Stars?
I am Mayor Chicken and Stars, and I'm in prison. I pocketed money that was meant for proper school bus breaks. So instead of sports, we just walk around in circles in the yard.
Oh. And finally, our previous mayor, Donkey Monkey, eh?
Oh, my name is literally what I was, Mayor Donkey Monkey, a human donkey monkey hybrid. When you elected me, how could you expect me to be a good mayor? And I have disappeared. Oh.
Nice work, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Thanks. Oh, sorry. Thanks, Michelle.
It's Michelle.
Oh, are you sure?
FO Evening News has exclusive podcast coverage of tonight's fiery debate.
And candidate Purity is known for like what you say, not having a last name, eh?
Well, most FOF characters don't.
Candidate Purity is also known for being tough, smart, and being willing to do whatever it takes to ruin Yupper Man's life.
So, you think she's running for mayor just to mess with him?
Oh, yeah, I sure do.
Nah, me too. And I think Yipperman's running for mayor because, and I quote, he can't think of nothing better to do.
Yeah. Aren't the former superheroes supposed to be smart?
I guess not. Podcast City Gun and Gun Wound Exposition. Are you a novice gun owner who wants to impulsively shoot guns?
Podcast City Gun and Gun Wound Exposition.
Are you prone to open wounds like sucking chest wounds?
Podcast gun and gun city wound exposition.
Define a little too drunk to shoot.
Podcast City Gun and Gun Wound Exposition.
Oh, we're gonna need to stop that bleeding, fast,
Podcast City Gun and Gun Wound Exposition. Can't have too much firepower.
Podcast City Gun and Gunwood Exposition.
You would be surprised just how much blood comes out of a stomach.
Podcast gun and gun wound exposition.
Define too drunk to shoot.
Podcast City Gun and Gun Wound Exposition.
Oh, too late to stop the bleeding. Are you a priest?
Podcast City Gun and Gun Wound Exposition.
Pod City Gun and Gun Wound Exposition.
Podcast City Gun and Gunwood Exposition.
Podcast City gun and gun wound. Why is nobody worried about this guy, Exposition. You have to realize this script was written on March 21st of 2020 when the U.S. just started working from home. I'm standing from a safe distance from my coworker for this segment, the amazing Fred. Actually, he's levitating. Fred, get down.
Oh, am I levitating or is it just an illusion? Hey, what are you doing, Trina?
Using the hedge clippers to break the illusion.
Crap! Protractor punctured my spleen. Why was a protractor even out? Who knew protractors could be so deadly?
And for this segment, I will ask a question and allow both of the candidates to respond. And the amazing Fred will ask one question and allow the candidates to respond. Right, Fred? Fred. Oh, okay, asshole disappeared again.
I haven't disappeared again. I'm looking for something to stop the bleeding. I think I'm really dying.
Hey, we flipped the coin backstage to see who would get the first chance to answer my question. And Yumperman won. So
Cheater!
Yumperman won, so I will ask him the first question. Yumperman, how is social distancing an important tool of reversing the curve of a pandemic? I'd like for you to start by giving me your understanding of what a pandemic is.
Well, thank you, Trina. I'd like to start out by letting you know that I find or found pandemics delightful.
Delightful. How?
Well, Trina, I'll explain this to you as a man to a woman. A pandemic served over 27 varieties of crepes.
Crepes? You idiot!
Dinner crepes, dinners that offered crepes with entrees, and of course, dessert crepes.
Did you get the magic pan confused with a pandemic?
At Pandemic, the prices range from $2.80 for the spinach souffle to $5.50 for the evening special of steak kebabs and crepes. Crap, wait, that is Magic Pan. And Inkwell did not research this very well.
No, did I?
So does Pandemic need a drive-through?
A pandemic is a disease prevalent over a whole country or the world.
Can you get crepes in a pandemic?
Boy. Purity, same question. How is social distancing an important tool in reversing the curve of pandemic? I'd like for you to start by giving me what your understanding of pandemic is.
Pandemic is a disease.
And
Information I want
exactly
to
what
know.
a pandemic is. Oh, great. I'll help you. Hey, watch this. Yumperman, describe social distancing
Got
for me.
this one. Okay. Social Distancing is an American punk rock band formed in 1978 in Fullerton, California.
That's social distortion.
Oh, Inkwell did a terrible job of preparing me.
No, did I?
What's social distancing?
Oh, Purity, can you please describe social distancing for Dingus over there?
Wait. Is that me? Am I the dingus?
Yes. Social distancing is a term applied to certain actions that are taken by public health officials to stop or slow down the spread of a highly contagious disease?
I'm doing pretty good in this debate thing, right?
And when we return from this commercial, we'll move on to round two, kind of a niche topic that mainly applies to superheroes and or supervillains. Raising layer taxes, eh?
Bear claws and roller coasters.
Bear claws and roller coasters!
Bear claws and roller coasters.
Well, bear claws and roller coasters.
What's better than a sweet yeast-raised pastry similar to a Danish?
Bear claws!
What's better than something filled with almond paste and raisins and shaped in a semicircle with the slices along the curved edge?
Bear claws.
Sports! What's better than having a mandatory bear claw?
Roller coasters.
You must look. It's a white tiger. Ta-da! You must have at least one bear claw, and you got to board any roller coaster.
Roller coasters.
What's better than having a mandatory bear claw in your gut before you pull 2 G's on a roller coaster?
Roller coasters.
What's better than having a mandatory bear claw in your gut before you take on 14 corkscrews at 50 miles per hour? Look, a cutty stone.
Combined.
Ta-da!
Combined.
50 miles per hour.
Combined.
Combined, yeah.
Bear claws and roller coasters.
Bear claws and roller coasters!
Bear claws and roller coasters.
Bear claws and roller coasters, eh?
Sports!
I'll be hosting this segment.
That seems highly unorthodox.
Oh, does it, Michelle?
Michelle.
Oh, it's fine with me. I could use the Canadian break to think about salted meats and hockey, eh?
I'm actually cool with this. Anything I can do to help, Purity?
And we're back with a topic that's on everybody's minds, and that is layer taxes going up. I mean, as your impartial moderator, I think that that's bullcrap. Yumperman, since you clearly lost the last round.
I did?
Yeah, clearly. You can go first. What is your position on raising layer taxes?
Well, how can it be fair for my opponent's campaign manager to be moderating this debate?
Oh, it can't.
Inkwell did not prepare me for this.
Or did I?
Yumperman, what is your position on raising layer taxes?
Downward facing dog.
That's a yoga pose.
Butter churner.
That's a sexual position where you lie on your back with your legs raised and fold over so that your ankles are on either side of your head while your partner squats and penetrates you.
He definitely did not know about that position.
What is your position on raising taxes on layers?
By layers, you mean a wild animal's resting place, especially one that's well hidden?
It doesn't have to be a wild animal. It can be a villain or even a supervillain. But yes, that is what it means.
Oh, I'm against layer taxes.
You have my vote.
Hey!
And when we return from this commercial,
Another one.
well, how do you think that the cast pays for their weed? When we return from this commercial, we will move on to our final topic, the death penalty for jerks who leave their women at the altar.
Hey, what the hell, man?
Rat launchers.
Rat launchers!
Rat launchers.
Oh, rat launchers, eh?
What if I have 4 extra rats?
You launch 3, eat 1! Rat launchers!
What if there's something in the distance I need to hit with a rodent? Eh?
Rat launchers. What if the only form of two-way communication left in post-apocalyptic Podcast City is rats?
Rat launchers! What if you're out of skeet and some old guys are drunk and have shotguns? Sports!
Rat launchers. What if it's the 4th of July and you don't have time to get a red and white and blue cupcakes?
So you needed a low-cost defense system from your enraged friends and neighbors?
And you wanted to battle sports, your amigos, with butt bottle rockets.
Rat launchers! Well, I mean, if it involves the capybaras.
The largest rodent in the world, about the size of a Labrador Retriever.
Then you would need a tranquilizer gun or taser, eh?
Too bad my tranquilizer gun and taser disappeared.
Sure is. Rat launchers. There's one right there. It's a capybaras.
Strange rat launchers, capybaras, are usually found in most of South America.
Yeah, they live in forests next to water. Rat launchers. Except for that really aggressive one who was showing the amazing Fred all of his teeth, eh?
The guy disappears, rat launchers, all the time when it's inappropriate.
Yeah, now when it could save his life, eh?
Ooh, rabid rat launchers, capybaras latched onto my spleen.
Oh, why is your spleen so enticing, eh?
Well, I mean, I have a dynamite.
Rat launchers.
Oh, now where did he go?
Ta-da! A dynamite spleen.
Well, what if your bookie only accepts payment and rodents and has such bad OCD that he lives in a large transparent sphere that is impervious to everything but rodents?
Rat launchers.
Rat launchers!
Rat launchers.
Rat launchers. Their freaking deaths can't be grisly enough, eh?
Trina, you're on.
Oh, do you think I care? I mean, I'm sorry, my breakfast Molson wore off before my lunch Molson kicked in, eh?
And 3, 2, 1.
So we're back with the final question on the FOF Evening News team debate, eh? Purity is clearly in the lead and will absolutely become the mayor of Podcast City unless a more legitimate candidate decides to run.
Well, then she will lose infinity times.
Excuse me, what about me?
Yepperman, she will have already beaten you in this extremely early debate for the mayor's race. By the time we get closer to the election, you will have been sobbing in a fetal position for so long your spine fuses into this shape, reminiscent of a seashell.
I did not appreciate how good I had it as a fetus.
Oh, yeah. Final question. Should there be a mandatory death penalty for jerks who leave their women at the altar? Yumperman, it really doesn't matter what you say, but I want to hear you say it anyway. Me.
Can podcast novelty news teams
Novelty news teams.
can podcast novelty news teams assess penalties as harsh as death, even when someone hasn't been convicted of anything?
Novelty news teams can. Butthole. All right, final question for tonight's mayoral debate. Should there be a death penalty for jerks who leave their women at the altar, eh? By text.
Thanks for reminding everyone.
Yumperman dumped Purity on the day of a wedding at the altar by text.
Yepperman, you can go first, like it matters. Should there be the death penalty for jerks who leave their women at the altar, eh?
Well, there is no simple answer to that question, Trina.
Sure there is. The death penalty is not severe enough for matters of the heart.
And that is a very concise, compelling answer, so debate over. Purity wins. Eh?
What? Can she just do that?
The FOF evening news team is throwing their full support behind Purity, the next mayor of Podcast City. We'll be back for a quick debate wrap-up right after this important message.
Hawk nannies.
Because who better to care for your newborn than a raptor?
Hulk Nunnies!
Sure, your baby is about the size of a rabbit and looks just as tasty to a ravenous hawk. Who better to take care of that snotty sack of baby crap than a hungry hawk?
Hawk nannies!
Hawks are rather unique among their relatives as they fly low to the ground searching for prey. However, the males tend to prey more on other birds, while females prefer mammals, and that's why female hawks make excellent nannies.
Hawk nannies.
Most hawk attacks occur in the early AM, so if your beloved child hasn't been shredded by hawk talons by noon, you're on easy street.
Hawk nannies.
Hawk nannies!
Hawk nannies!
Hawk nannies. All right, so welcome back, Michelle.
What's that supposed to mean?
You disappeared and left me to do all the heavy lifting, eh?
I helped with one of the debate questions.
You helped and made things more complicated. Now, what is so important that you had to abandon me in the middle of the show, eh?
Well, if you must know, I had an eye tuck.
In the middle of a show.
I had a Groupon.
Is your right eye supposed to be dangling down like that?
It is not. I hope that Groupon covers pop back ends.
Sports! Traeger has bets to make. Is this thing over?
I can make that delicate tendon that's keeping your eye from falling out completely disappear.
You do, and my lawyers will harvest your freaking organs.
Oh, are your lawyers birds of prey?
Well, the lead counsel is.
Sports! Traeger should be benching and squatting, not sitting on a podcast set.
Can we please just wrap up this debate like the responsible journalists that we are?
Sports! I thought we were doing that!
To do a quick recap on the debate, our first question. And how is social distancing an important tool in reversing the curve of a pandemic, eh? Yupperman clearly lost the round. So,
Yeah, he got pandemic confused with the magic pan. And he got social distancing confused with social distortion.
yes, in the first round of the mayoral debate of the pandemic question, I'd give Yupperman's response a D.
You're being generous. I'd call it an F-. Purity's answer, on the other hand, was spot on. I'd give Purity an A++.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question that the first round went to Purity.
Yes. In the second round, Purity gave a very insightful response to the raising lair taxes question. A++.
And Yupperman, on the other hand, didn't even come close to understanding the question, so I give him an H.
2 grades lower than an F.
That's right. It's not looking good for Yupperman, eh?
In the third and final question of the debate, should jerks dump their brides at the altar? Should jerks who dump their brides at the altar get the death penalty? I felt like Purity made some outstanding points. Her answers were so perfect, and she followed them up with hilarious memes.
And Yupperman, on the other hand, metaphorically farted 2 times and fell down, eh?
Let's go around the FOF Evening News team horn and give our closing thoughts on tonight's mayoral debate. Let's start with the amazing Fred, then Traeger, then Trina, and I'll bring us on home.
Oh, what's that coin behind your ear, Michelle?
Stop that! Oh, I just answer the question. Who do you think won the mayoral debate?
Oh, Purity. I mean, Yupperman did so poorly, it's almost like he was sabotaged by his former arch nemesis and current campaign manager, Inkwell.
Or he could just be that stupid.
All right, fair point. Ta-da!
Traeger, who won the debate?
Larry Zonka!
Former Miami Dolphins fullback, eh?
Sports!
Is that a yes?
That's as close as we're going to get. What are your closing thoughts on tonight's debate, Trina? Who do you think won?
Purity. Yupperman, to use a electronic journalist term, sucked donkey butt, eh?
Yeah. Not only was Yumperman the clear loser in the debate, he also smells funny. And it's the kind of funny smell that deodorant won't help.
And based on tonight's performance, Purity should be the next mayor of Podcast City.
And there you have it. The FOF Evening News team is officially predicting that Purity will be the next mayor of Podcast City.
Unless, of course, a non-supervillain candidate enters the race.
Right. Then the people of Podcast City would be foolish not to vote for that candidate.
Yeah, so like in essence, this whole debate was likely a waste of time, eh?
Well, aren't they all?
Yeah, they are.
This has been for Out Fiesta episode 187 FOF. Evening news team debate coverage. I have been your host and humble narrator, Richard Houghton. Please give it up for our amazing cast, Juliana Briscoe. Rob Husband. Anybody got anything, final words, things they'd like to say, share with our massive viewing audience?
Saying prayers for everybody who's got COVID or has loved ones who has it.
Yes, definitely.
I really can't top that. I mean, it's kind of hard to crack a joke after that one.
It is.
Sorry
Yeah.
to bring the house down.
But
It's the right
Yeah.
sentiment.
Mhm.
Right, thanks, everybody. Good night.
Later.